Hey, what's going on, guys? Looking for Mighty Reptiles here with the vlog of December 5th. It's been a while since I've actually said the with the vlog part. It's kind of foreign now, but some actually came in the mail today.
These nuts. Got him! Got him!
And it's something that we've been waiting on for quite a while. You, are you joining?
What?
Are you joining the video?
Do I have to?
You can. You want to talk about what we have? So what we have here is, you want to explain the story behind it?
It's an AP Plastics display case for doing shows. But this one, it's not lit up, but it has our name on it. I don't know if you can see it.
Let's see if I have it. I don't know, but it is engraved with intelligent design reptiles on it. That's gonna be really cool for when we start doing shows. We may even be doing one here pretty soon, just because we can't be shipping out snakes, so we can make an effort to sell them locally.
I just don't know if we have enough to make it worthwhile. Shows cost, usually a couple $100, plus we don't have a banner. Anyway, that's all stuff we need to talk about. Probably not, but we bought a display case. But we didn't really buy it thinking that we would right away start doing shows. When we were in Tinley, we were in the auction, the NARBC. No, it was the US ARC auction.
Yes.
And it came up, and it's just something that it went for a pretty good price. And it's by Animal Plastics, and we'll see. We haven't put it together yet, but it looked really cool, and we liked it. So,
yeah.
Worst comes to worst, we'll just sell it.
Without the LED part.
Well, they could get it replaced, I think. But anyway, that's what it is. I don't know what's your video about.
I'm actually going to construct this thing so we can actually see what it looks like. I'm kind of interested to see what it looks like. And I can kind of see like how big of snakes we can actually fit in each container.
It is different. I went through all the instructions on how to take it down, and I asked them to put it together a certain way. There are slots for bigger ones, then medium, and then smaller ones.
Oh.
Yeah.
Alright. So that's pretty cool. So let's just kind of get right into it.
I'm going to go make dinner.
Alright, so this thing is just awesome. Like, I'm extremely happy with this. So as you can see, I just loaded it up with a whole bunch of our different snakes here. This is our orange stream girl. She's about 650, or just under that. She was 640 something. Orange stream girl. And then here's our 1,000-gram chocolate girl. This is Nestle right here. And as you can see, she's a little tight, but it can work. She's not overcrowded. She just doesn't have the roaming space. And then up here, we have a 550-gram Mojave Fire Het for Ghost Girl. This is all just testing for size. Then right here we have a 400-gram Black Pastel, 50% Het albino. This one's already sold. However, this is NYC Bullies. If you've been to the auction, you're well aware of him. And then here's Horton, our Leopard Pastel Blade Clown Male. He's about just around 200 grams or so, and it was a little tight. It was kind of like how she is in here for him to be up here with the hatchlings. So this is pretty much like 150-ish grams and below. But here, going from left to right, we have Oakley, our Bamboo Mojave, our Purple Passion, that's Brett's Purple Passion, not ours. Here's Smarties, our albino Het Snow Paradox with the one dark eye, one light eye, or one red eye. And then we have our little Mystic Potion holdback right here, our little girl. And then we have our Super Mojave girl holdback right there. And it is just awesome. I love this little touch up here, but the light on these guys just makes them look amazing. Like, here, look at them, just looking downwards at them. It brightens up it like really shows off their pattern really well. And I'm extremely happy with this. This is awesome. Like, we may need to just do a show just to show this off a little bit, because this is great. Obviously, I've just filled this up with a whole bunch of ones that we won't be selling, but man, this makes me kind of excited to do shows. So yeah, just I have no words. This rack just looks awesome. So for any of you guys wondering for updates on the Panda, he's just taking his first meal right now. Little mouse fuzzy. This #1 right there. His clutch mates have both had one, and we're looking to see if they want another one, but neither of them seem interested. But yeah, Panda's looking good right now. Alright, so it's actually the next day, and I am in between sessions of studying. It's finals week is next week, and then I'm just packing it in every day with my free time. When I'm not out here with the snakes, I go in there study, and I come and take a break out here with the snakes again, and you know, kind of regain my sanity just by holding a few of the ones that just have those special personalities. You know, it's just calming. It's just therapeutic, really. But I figured rather than making a whole bunch of short videos throughout the days, because I don't have much time, that I would actually just go and kind of group them together and actually give you guys a decent sized video. But this one is a little rough because it's a story that came from when we first started doing and really started recuperating, or not recuperating, but like started gaining numbers in our collection. So this is when we were picking up a lot of snakes and stuff like that, just starting. I swear, like this is little bird, but this is like sub 20. Don't even have 20 snakes yet, and we are just picking up our first 41 quart rack that we got from our guy, who does great work. No complaints about this guy whatsoever. Or the part where he's actually involved is that when you buy a rack from him, there's two options. It's either A, you can pick it up at his house, or if you want to come to his buddy's reptile pet shop, it's just reptiles, and he does all the breeding and stuff like that. Like, he's really big into some retics and stuff like that. And what it is that he says if you spend $100 at the shop, then we'll take $50 off since you're buying the rack. You're like, okay, cool. So what's not to like, you know, maybe at worst case scenario we buy $50 worth of rats or something like that, and we leave with those. Or I mean $100 worth, and then we spend $50 on it, as opposed to a lot more. And this is where things kind of went a little rough, because we went inside and we were checking out all the snakes. He has some cool stuff, but we're only really looking at getting some females. And we see that he has two, and one of them is a white wedding, which is just the full white pied, in which case he wanted a pet price for it. He didn't want it looking at just like based off the genes. So since it's a white wedding, it was just fully white with black eyes, he wanted probably, I don't remember if it was like $800 or $900, but it, you know, for a female pied hatchling, like seriously 100 grams or so, that's a little high. And by little I mean a lot of high. But then he had something that was a little cheaper. For $100 he had a lesser female that was probably about 600, 700 grams at the time. I don't remember the actual number, but we went and picked her up, and not only does she really have this really cool personality, she was just like really chill, and she was really pretty. Like, lesser is just one of those genes that I feel can be on its own and look really, really good. But this, we go and we buy it, and then, you know, next day, she's all fine, she's looking for food. So I'm like, you know, he did say that feeding day was coming up, so she's hungry, and we're like, okay, let's feed her. And we pull out a smaller, like somewhere in between a weaned rat and a small rat, you know, just a bigger weaned, small rat, I guess, small squared. But and we go to give it to her, and before we even get to her tub, she launches out of it. And this is our first snake that's ever done that, and it was just really cool to see that. We had just picked up a girl that we know is going to be a monster feeder and is going to gain weight really fast. So we see that and we're just like, ooh, cool. So all excited about it. And then next day everything's fine, but then the next day I come in and I'm doing regular cleanings. We were still on paper at this point, so you know, I had to clean it pretty much every day. And I come in the next day and she had passed away. And this is literally on the 3rd day of having her. So, you know, it was really tough. It was our first time dealing with a loss. Luckily, knowing me, if you guys saw me on the day that our Super Pastel girl Phoenix had passed away, you guys see that I get attached. But luckily, this is, you know, 3 days into ownership. I guess you can say that we were lucky on that front, to where it wasn't, you know, absolutely crushing. However, it was really sad, you know, to see that one had passed away under, you know, under our care here. But we go and we message the guy because we have all our temperature in here has been set to where it's 75 to 70 ambient. The hotspot has not had any issues, and she had just passed away. So, you know, the typical protocol for that is, you know, if it passed away when it clearly wasn't any of our issue, there was nothing that we had done to the snake, it was probably something genetic that had happened and it happened to pass away. So it's the typical protocol is like, you know, the breeder is actually going to step up and, you know, try and make it right. You're going to either see credit towards another snake, or you're going to see like be offered a replacement or something like that, in which case that wasn't the case. I contacted the guy when we already had ordered another rack, because we realized we probably should have gotten one that was a little bit bigger than, you know, 3 tall. So we went and ordered another stack to go on top of that. It was 4 tall. We're going to be picking it up in the next week or the next week after that. I don't remember, the details are fuzzy. But I contacted him and he, you know, essentially told me to go, you know, kick rocks. But it was just, we expected, you know, maybe like, you know, or at least him to, like, even if he wasn't going to offer like some sort of accommodation to fix it, or if he just showed like, you know, some, you know, like any sort of care about the animal. But it was just, oh, that's, you know, that's unfortunate for, you know, you guys type deal. Whereas it just didn't seem like he was passionate about the animal at all, you know, when we thought that he had bred it and gone all the way up. So then the next time we go in there and we start talking to him about it again to see, and he just stood on that and he's like, you know, it's unfortunate that I passed away, but, you know, nothing more is going to come of it. And it was upsetting to see that, and it was, if it had just happened once, maybe we would have still had been open to do business with him. But the way he went through with it is what made us go, you know what, we're not interested in doing business with you anymore, and, you know, just have cut business ties with that guy since. And then later on, finding out through the rat guy, he had just picked up that snake 2 days prior to selling it to us. So he really didn't have any information on the snake and or anything like that, other than that it was a lesser female at that, and we thought he had produced it himself and that it was all good to go. But just really unfortunate that you know, happened. But just, it was just like a weird story, because it was all up until that point our introduction to the reptile community, when we're really going, and since we're buying all these snakes and we're meeting more people in the hobby, being like how we had literally met Mike from Always Evolving Pythons like within an hour of going and picking up this snake, and just seeing how people go, you know, will just go leaps and bounds to help you, and just how people are just extremely nice, and people are just who are happy to really share the hobby with you guys, because, you know, reptiles just aren't that common. But this was our first real sour taste, really, of anything happening, which sort of sucks. So that really taught us, I know there's gonna be comments saying that, you know, you should have known better than to buy from the shop, but we thought, you know, this guy's bred it, this is what he does, this is what his shop is about, and it just wasn't the case. And it really just kind of gave us a reason to really kind of step back and take, you know, a second look at everything that's like, you know, a storefront. And this is, ever since then, we've just been 100% buying directly from breeders, and we know that they that they've produced them. So it's just a weird story. I don't know why I haven't told it yet, but you know, it's just kind of something weird that happened, and it's really unfortunate. But ever since then, right afterwards, we went and found another lesser girl, because we figured out that she makes some really cool stuff, and we put her with Diego, and that's who she's going to be going with pretty soon. But you know, just a little rough. So definitely leave your ideas if we were wrong for expecting something to come of it, like if we're expecting a little bit of accommodation in that situation, or if you think that we were right there, because I don't know, it's just a weird situation. So yeah, definitely let us know what you think there. Other than that, that is going to be the vlog for December 5th and now being the 6th. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to hit the like if you did enjoy it. Subscribe if you haven't already. We're going to be doing a 2,500 subscriber giveaway. We are a little over, wait, I think we are 300 away now, or a little less. But other than that, I hope you guys all enjoyed, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. See ya.